Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, okay? Let me show you the progress support of Ms. Harris. She has the most greatest support, the heaviest Zoom ever organized. I'm telling you guys, the greatest call on Zoom for Kamala Harris supporter, the Trump rival. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to see it. Guys, watch on this video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, please. Thank you very much. Watch on this video, guys. Do explain to it. Hey, one thing, don't forget, subscribe on it. Put a comment below. I do read your comment. I always share it to you guys. So guys, thank you very much. Subscribe, guys. Follow on.
Okay, earlier this week, we brought you the news of how on Sunday night, after President Biden dropped out of the race, the activist group Win with Black Women literally almost broke Zoom, organizing a call with 44,000 people to make sure Kamala Harris wins the White House this November. In 24 hours, that one Zoom call raised more than $1.5 million for the Harris campaign. And at 44,000 people, the call was only about 1,000 people short of the world record for the biggest Zoom call ever. Now, the world record held for another 4 days, but it was broken last night. Last night, an event called White Women Answer the Call held their own Zoom to organize for Kamala Harris, inspired by Sunday's Win with Black Women call. That Zoom took the previous world record for biggest Zoom call and blew it out of the water. More than 160,000 people attended that Zoom call, and even more people watched the Zoom simulcast on other platforms. As of today, that Zoom has raised $8.5 million for the Harris campaign. And those two calls were not the only ones for Kamala Harris this week. On Monday, more than 20,000 people joined a Win with Black Men Zoom call for Harris. That call raised more than $1.3 million. On Wednesday, nearly 10,000 people joined a South Asian Women for Harris Zoom, raising more than $250,000. And on Thursday, another 20,000 people joined the Human Rights Campaign's Out for Kamala Harris LGBTQ plus call. They raised more than $300,000. And remember, this week started with the news that Kamala Harris had raised a record $81 million in her first 24 hours as a candidate. So the fact that these Zooms were still getting people to donate even after that surge of cash is not nothing. But maybe more importantly, these calls all encourage people to get active, to volunteer. And that message seems to be working. Yesterday, the Harris campaign reported that in just the past week, the campaign has seen 170,000 people volunteer. Those are just incredible numbers. And while this huge show of support and surge of cash may be making the Trump campaign nervous, it is a good bet that the celebrity names involved in all of this are probably annoying Donald Trump himself. Mindy Kaling, John Legend, George Takei, Megan Rapinoe, Connie Britton, Pink. Bona fide celebrities showed up on Zoom calls to support Kamala Harris. Not to mention, Vice President Harris is also making a cameo on the season finale of RuPaul's Drag Race tonight. Oh, and also remember that Beyonce lent her campaign one of her Beyonce songs, which has already been used in the first Harris campaign video. As a reminder, Trump's bold-faced names at the RNC were Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock. Speaking of A-listers, today Vice President Harris got perhaps the most important endorsement of them all.
Kamala!
Hello. Hi.
Hey there!
Oh, hi, you're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh, my goodness.
We are not even a week into the Harris for President campaign, and already the vice president has effectively cleared the field of any potential challengers. She has begun vetting possible running mates, and she has launched an incredibly successful digital and rapid response campaign that has basically made her queen of the internet. A week ago, the biggest discussion in politics revolved around the idea of double haters who didn't like Trump and didn't like Biden, and how nearly 1 in 5 Americans didn't want either man. Today, the double hater phenomenon appears to have just disappeared. Less than a week into this campaign, it feels like we are living in an entirely different political landscape. Yesterday, the New York Times and Siena College came out with polling showing Kamala Harris in a statistical tie with Donald Trump, trailing him by 1 point within the margin of error among likely voters nationwide. To put that in perspective, Trump led Biden by 6 points in that same poll earlier this month. Today, the Wall Street Journal released its own poll showing effectively the same thing. The poll shows Trump ahead of Harris by 2 points with a margin of error of 3 points, so a statistical tie. For context, Trump led Biden by 6 points in that same poll earlier this month. Now, this Sunday marks 1 week since President Biden officially dropped out of the race. It will also be the 100-day mark. 100 days will be left until the election. Vice President Harris has had an unbelievably good first week, and at the national level, the excitement for her candidacy is just astounding. But this election is likely to come down to just a few 100,000 voters in just a few key swing states. Chief among them are Pennsylvania and Michigan. The latest polling we have out of Pennsylvania showed Joe Biden down 3 points. The latest polling we have out of Michigan showed Joe Biden down by 7 points. But this is Kamala Harris's race now. So how's she doing?